being aware of what you're doing when you train. So there's a lot of people who will do stuff, and you say, okay, walk me through that. What is that? How does that apply? Where is the bad guy in relation to me when I'm doing this? So a lot of it comes under kata, this application, to be honest. If you are in your any martial art that has kata, I highly recommend and suggest the work of Ian Abernethy. But a lot of the time we're doing stuff and we don't know what it is. We don't know why we're doing it. So there's certain schools. I was talking about one of my students told me about a Krav Maga club that he left because they only ever trained from the worst possible position you could be in. So the theory is, this is the worst thing that can happen here, so we're going to teach you how to fight out of there. Great. But why aren't you teaching me how to avoid that? Why aren't you teaching me how to not be there? There's a certain element of logic to it, but teach me how to avoid getting there, because all that's going to happen now is, if something real happens, I'm not going to know what to do until I'm already in the worst possible position I can be in. So that doesn't work. When you're training kata, ask, how does this work? Ask, are you sure about that? There was a move I saw of, it was an American dojo. They were wearing blue gis. I cannot find the clip for the life of me. And they throw just a straight right. But as they throw the straight right, he's kicking his leg back. And he says, we kick the leg back as we punch forward to add that snap, to add power. Well, we know that's not what adds power. You add power by pushing into the ground, not by kicking back. A simple 5 minutes on some pads would have taught them that. Getting to a boxing club would have taught them how to punch properly. Most karate goes over, yeah, no, it's generating power from the hip. That's how you do it. So he will have known that kicking back does not add power. The move he was doing, where you sort of come across and then you kick back as you punch, is actually a sweep. It's a trip. I'm stood at your side. My right hand is on your left shoulder. I push your shoulder forward as my right leg comes back to kick your left leg out from under you, and you go boom for land on your face. That's what that kata application is. It's a sweep. It's a trip. I'm taking you over. They had misrepresented it, and they had been teaching it and learning it as a punch. So that then comes into, have you got everything else wrong, or are you just completely ignoring directly before and directly after, and just thinking this bit in the middle here makes no sense? So don't just happily run through the techniques. Think, what does this actually do? Am I actually doing with this what I'm supposed to be doing? It's little things. I truly do genuinely believe there's a lot of people who get instructional books, they flick through them and go, yeah, I've looked at the pictures and know what I'm doing now. They don't actually understand what that is. They don't understand the application of what they're looking at. That's a concern. So again, everything you train, question it. I don't necessarily mean being an arrogant ass in the class going, what's that, what's that, what's that? Well, how would that work? How would this work? How would that do? But do just take a step back from time to time and look at it and go, is that actually what this is? If you're doing a traditional martial art, get onto any video sharing website. YouTube is a good one, and just put in whatever the technique is applied, and just look at people doing it for real, and look at how it's supposed to be done. Because oftentimes we look at stuff and it's like, well, hang on, the way we're training this doesn't fit into real violence. So are we sure this is the way it's supposed to be done? So just again, question what you learn. Make sure you're being taught what it actually is, in the right way, and check that we're actually using the correct applications of what we're being taught.